Hello! Welcome sa RDS channel. Every week, I draw or sketch a person and while drawing, I talk about that person or subject. Nagtatry din ako mag-improve sa aking drawing style hanggang sa ma-achieve ko ang realistic drawing. Kaya samahan niyo ako sa aking journey, mag-subscribe lang sa channel na ito para masaya. This week, we will be talking about the movie Fangirl na pinagbibidahan ni Dizon at Paulo Avelino, written and directed by Antoinette Tadaone at isa sa mga entries ng Metro Manila Film Festival 2020. Napanood na ba ninyo ang movie? Sa mga hindi pa, I have to remind or warn you na maraming magiging spoiler sa video na ito. Ano ang pinakamatinding nagawa mo para sa iyong idol? Ang Fangirl ay isang coming-of-age movie tungkol sa paghanga or sobrang paghanga ng isang dalaga sa kanyang idolo to the point that she would risk her own safety just to be with him, and how that admiration changed nung makilala niya in person yung kanyang idolo. Si Jane, yung character na ginagampanan ni Dizon, ay isang typical high school student, fangirling the celebrity Paulo Avelino. Paulo Avelino played himself, pero hindi talaga siya. I mean, character yon na nilikha ni Miss Hadaone. I admire Paulo for accepting this role kasi pwedeng mapaghalo or ma-misinterpret ng audience yung Paulo sa movie at Paulo sa real life. He really did great in this movie. Well, best actor. Nagsimula yung movie sa isang eksena sa loob ng jeep kung saan sumakay si Jane at habang nasa biyahe, pinapanood niya yung teaser ng pelikula ni Paulo Avelino and Bea Alonso. Kilig na kilig si ate. Sa school na pinapasukan ni Jane, so habang nagkaklase, wala din yung attention ni Jane, kundi nasa cellphone habang nagbabasa ng articles about Paulo. Then, nung madismiss yung klase, nagmamadali na siya lumabas, ignoring the call of her classmates and saying na mas importante yung kanyang pupuntahan. Yung importanteng lakad niya ay sa mall, kung saan guest si Paulo Avelino at si Bea Alonso na nagpo-promote ng kanilang movie. Actually, yun yung 2018 movie ni na Paulo Avelino at Bea Alonso together with Derek Ramsey na ang title ay Kasal. So, dito sa movie na Fangirl, Paulo and Bea are promoting their movie If You Fall in Love. So, Jane managed to squeeze herself into the audience sa bandang malapit sa stage. And we can see the audience and Jane going crazy over Paulo and Bea. After the mall show, sinundan pa ng mga fans sina Bea at Paulo pabalik sa car nila. At syempre, nandun din si Jane. Tapos, habang nagkakagulo, sumampa si Jane dun sa likod ng truck ni Paulo. Nagtago siya doon hanggang sa makaalis si Paulo na siyang nag-drive ng truck. I think for a fan, it is such a crazy and desperate move. Kasi hindi mo alam kung saan pupunta yung truck. No? Mamaya, saan pa siya makarating? Paano siya makakabalik, di ba? Pero, kita sa mukha ni Jane na tuwang-tuwa siya at nakasakay siya sa truck ni Paulo. So, parang hindi na niya iniisip kung ano yung posibleng mangyari sa kanya. Makikita rin sa truck yung regalo, no? At mga letters ng mga fans kay Paulo. Naging fangirl din ako minsan. Yan, share ko lang. Dinrawing ko siya, yung aking celebrity crush. Tapos, I would travel from Laguna to Alabang just to attend the meet and greet. And there was one Christmas party sa HRS na hindi ko na-attenan. or absent ako sa isang Christmas party kasi din ako present sa Christmas party with celebrity crush. I guess yun yung pinakamatindi ko nagawa for an idol or celebrity crush. Diba? Sometimes, if we admire a person, we can do such crazy things. Balik tayo kina Jane at Paulo. Habang nabiyahe yung truck, mapapansin na natin yung ibang Paulo. Yung siya na walang fan at walang camera na nakatingin or nakatutok sa kanya. Sa mga bata na makakapanood, I would suggest the parents or elders to please guide them. Kasi R16 yung movie, pero maraming mga sensitive topics and scenes na sa mga hindi sanay makarinig or makapanood ng mature na topic, you might feel uncomfortable. Isa na dito yung pagmumura. Yan, mura ng mura. Parang intervening words lang yung mga mura. Napatigil si Paulo ng isang traffic enforcer dahil sa isang violation, pero nalusutan niya kasi nakilala siya nung traffic enforcer. Tapos, hinayaan or pinagbigyan siya kapalit ng isang signed poster. Jane fell asleep while in the truck and madilim na nung magising siya. So, she is in an unfamiliar place, isang liblib na lugar, nasa labas ng isang abandoned villa. Jane doesn't know where she is. Na hindi niya alam kung saang lupalop ng Pilipinas siya napadpad. Then she saw Paulo na parang niyayaya siyang pumasok sa loob. Dahil doon, lumakas yung loob ni Jane na pumasok dun sa bahay. And since nakalock, so kailangan niyang akyatin yung gate. Pasok siya sa loob ng bahay. So yung bahay, madilim. Tapos yung tipong parang location ng mga horror at ghost stories. Kaya naman yung kapag may kinikidnap, dun dinadala. Yan yung naisip ko while watching that scene. So it's a very unlikely place, no, for a famous celebrity to stay in. So diretso si Jane sa loob. Yan, then sa may hagdanan. Sa second floor ng bahay, nakita niya si Paulo. Hubad baro, tapos kita yung malaking tattoo niya sa likod at humihit-hit ng drugs. So, for a fan na masyado mong tinitingala yung isang tao or ina-idolize mo siya, and then you'll see him doing something like that. So, she has to make sure if it was Paulo she was looking at. So, tinawag niya si Paulo. Then, makita siya ni Paulo, so nagulat ito. So, shocked siya na merong stranger sa bahay niya at nakita yung ginagawa niya. And so, yun palang Paulo na kumakaway kay Jane kanina ay imagination lang. So, dahil sa kabiglaan at sa takot, kumaripas ng takbo si Jane. Tumakbo siya ng mabilis, not knowing where to go. She doesn't even know where she is. Takbo siya sa madilim na kalsada. Tapos maya-maya, bumalik din siya. Yan, kasi naisip siguro niya na wala rin siya mapupuntahan. Yan, so hindi niya alam yung lugar, tapos sobrang dilim pa. Yan, so ang ginawa niya, bumalik na lang siya dun sa truck. Yan, sumakay ulit siya dun sa truck ni Paulo. And then, lumabas si Paulo. So, nag-drive ulit siya. Then, pumunta siya sa isang tindahan para bumili ng sigarilyo. Tapos, nung pabalik na siya sa villa, narinig niya yung tunog ng paghikbi ni Jane mula sa likod ng truck. Yan. Tapos, nakita niya si Jane. Pinababa niya si Jane sa truck. Yan. So, galit na galit si Paulo. Para mawala yung galit ni Paulo, yan, Jane told him na fan na fan siya nito. She tried to convince him how she admires him and that she watched all his movies. Yan. To prove that, na kung nagsasabi siya ng totoo, tinanong siya ni Paulo ng mga facts about him. like his birthday, yung pangalan ng aso niya, yung una niyang show, na nasagot naman ni Jane with flying colors. So, na-convince naman si Paulo. So, the plan was Jane will be staying the night there, and then the next day, ihahatid siya ni Paulo sa terminal ng bus hanggang sa makauwi siya. So, bumalik sila sa villa. So, mapapaisip ka kung kay Paulo ba talaga yung property kasi bakit wala siyang susi? Nag-o-over the backod pa sila para makapasok dun sa bahay. So, sa conversation nila, Jane was trying to impress Paulo, saying na hindi na siya bata. Tapos yung age niya, sabi niya, magsi-17, hindi pa niya masabing 16. Yan, kasi nga, nagpapakitang gilas kay Crush. And there are also scenes in the movie that Jane is trying to prove that she's no longer a kid. May mga eksena sa movie na based sa point of view ni Jane bilang isang diehard fan ni Paulo Avelino. So, dun sa mundo niya, Paulo is sweet, neat, all eyes on her, tapos may pa-slow-mo effect. Then, yung ilaw, yan, yung scenes, may pagka-dreamy. Yan, maliwanag at maaliwalas. And Jane is always lost in her daydream. Minsan, napaghahalo niya yung fantasy and yung reality. Yung moment na tinatali ni Paulo yung sugat niya sa binti, yan. So, Jane is lost in her fantasy world. So, they had a drink. Yan, nagkwentuhan sila, nagbiruan, they even sang and danced. So, another fangirl or fanboy may think that Jane is such a lucky fan. Yan, because she gets to hang out with her idol, take a selfie with him, and have a conversation with him. So, habang nagsasayaw sila, Jane sees Paulo in her dream world. At sa fantasy niya, hinalikan siya ni Paulo. Pero sa reality, siya yung malikid Paulo. So, dahil doon, nagalit si Paulo at pinatulog na siya. Then siguro dahil na rin sa epekto ng beer, Jane imagines Paulo lying on the bed with her and trying to kiss her. Then, when she's back at reality, wala dun si Paulo. So, lumabas siya ng kwarto to check on him. And then, dun sa sala ng bahay, nakita niya si Paulo. Paulo is with a woman, having intimate moments. So, balik si Jane dun sa kwarto at maybe because of what she saw, she imagined she was with Paulo. Or pwede rin na yung babaeng kasama ni Paulo, ini-imagine niya na siya yun. Kinabukasan, while they're having breakfast, Jane is preoccupied. So, tahimik lang siya. Siguro iniisip niya na ayaw muna niya umuwi. Kasi the moment na makabalik siya sa kanila, so tapos na din yung time niya with Paulo. Back to normal na siya. Or pwede rin, iniisip niya yung nangyari kagabi, na yung eksenang nakita niya between Paulo and the mystery woman. So, after nila mag-breakfast, sakay na sila nung truck para ihatid ni Paulo si Jane sa bus terminal. So, habang daan, so they passed by mother and child. Doon nagbago yung mood ni Paulo. So, biglang uminit yung ulo ni Paulo at sigaw siya ng sigaw sa sasakyan. And so, when Jane asked what's the matter with him, tinanong niya din kung sino yung babaeng nadaanan nila, which turned out na the same woman as the one that Paulo was with that night. Jane tried to call out Paulo about his relationship with a married woman. Yan, kasi obviously, may asawa at anak na yung girl. So, Paulo was angry, saying na Jane has no right to meddle on his affairs dahil fan lang siya. Dahil sa sinabi na yun ni Paulo, nasaktan si Jane and then she cried. Then, Paulo revealed that that woman was his ex-girlfriend and that he loved her. Later on, they were sharing their sad stories to each other. So, yung bata pala ay anak ni Paulo dun sa babae. Yan. So, nagkahiwalay sila dahil na rin siguro sa career ni Paulo. So, lumaki yung bata na iba yung kinilala niyang ama. The girl waited for Paulo, but he already had a promising career in showbiz. Kaya hindi niya napanindigan yung girl at saka yung anak nila. He also shared when his mom was hospitalized and later died na wala siya sa tabi nito. Yan, dahil nga inuna pa niya yung taping o inuna pa niya yung trabaho. So he wasn't there when his mom died and he regret that so much. So yun yung isa sa mga frustrations and regrets niya sa buhay na sa likod ng fame, ng mga hiyawan, ng mga awards at marangyang buhay ng isang artista, nandun yung naisasakripisyo niya yung sarili niyang kaligayahan. Si Jane naman, when her parents separated, sobra siyang naapektuhan. Kasi she loved her dad so much. Nasaktan siya na may iba ng pamilya yung father niya. Tapos yung mom naman niya nagkaroon ng bagong kinakasama. Pero, lagi siyang sinasaktan. Tapos, meron ding ibang babae. So, yung mga kinikim-kim nilang pain, mga frustrations, nasabi nila sa isa't isa. Then, sinabi ni Jane na ayaw pa niyang umuwi. Kaya, bumalik na lang sila dun sa bahay. So, nasabi ko kanina na Jane is trying to prove that she's no longer a kid, na she shouldn't be treated like a kid. And she does it by doing those things that she thinks only grown-ups can do, like smoking, drinking beer, and taking drugs. There are mature and sensitive scenes na unfit talaga for minor audience dito sa movie na to. So, may nangyari sa kanila, kina Jane at Paulo. So, for Jane, it's like a realization of a dream. And she seems hopeful that it will lead to something beautiful between her and Paulo. So, even though she has already seen the not so good side of Paulo, she still adores him and thinks highly of him. Okay, si Paulo naman, wala lang. So, for him, Jane is just a fan. Just another girl that he had sex with. The character of Paulo is really unpredictable. One moment, he's like a big brother to Jane. Then, later on, biglang iinit ang ulo, tapos magwawala. He acts impulsively. Yan, gaya nung pinapunta niya yung kanyang girlfriend sa bahay, kasama yung bata, tapos nag-decide siya kagad na aalis na sila, na itatakas na yung mag-ina. So, yung babae, she was against that plan. Sabi niya hindi pwede dahil may asawa na siya at may sarili ng buhay. And it seems na okay naman yung husband niya. Mahal na mahal siya at yung anak niya. At si Paulo, pumupunta lamang doon kapag nalulungkot siya. So, hindi siya pumayag sa plano ni Paulo. Sa galit ni Paulo, dahil nga hindi masusunod yung gusto niya, nasaktan niya yung babae. Tapos, nag-decide siya na yung bata na lang yung itatakas niya. So, binuhat niya yung bata at pinasunod niya si Jane. Jane doesn't agree with Paulo's plan and she is worried about the girl. Pero, hindi niya masuway si Paulo kaya sumunod siya. So, sakay na sila ng truck. Parang kinikidnap na ni Paulo yung bata. Umiiyak yung bata at hindi na sila nahabol ng nanay. So, para kay Jane, mali yung ginagawa nila and Paulo is out of his mind. So, nung makakita siya ng pagkakataon, binuksan niya yung pintuan ng sasakyan at tumalon siya. So, habang hawak niya yung bata. And so, bumagsak si Jane sa kalsada, nasugatan at nagagalo sila ng bata. Tumigil yung sasakyan na parang pinag-iisipan ni Paulo kung babalikan ba niya si Jane o ito yung bata. Then, umandar na ulit yung sasakyan. So, iniwan sila ni Paulo sa gitna ng kalsada. Okay, so, habang tinitingnan niya yung papalayong sasakyan, isang malutong na mura ang pinakawalan ni Jane. Na parang yung lahat ng paghanga na nararamdaman niya kay Paulo before, so lahat yun napalitan ng galit, pagkasuklam, disappointment. Then, Jane is seen inside the bus bound to Manila. So, we can assume na ipinalik niya yung bata sa mga magulang nito at sila din yung tumulong sa kanya para makasakay ng bus at makabalik sa kanilang bahay. It seems like all those events had taught Jane to be brave and made her realize that no one has the right to abuse and mistreat another person. So it seems that she has grown to be the person that her mother and younger sibling could rely on. So she found the courage to fight and defend herself. But all those courage and optimism only to be disappointed when she got home. Kasi yung mother niya, kahit na sinasaktan siya at may ibang babae yung kanyang boyfriend, tinanggap pa rin niya ng buong puso na parang walang nangyari. Kitang-kita sa mukha ni Jane yung disbelief at saka disappointment. Kasi yung mother niya, patuloy pa rin na nagpapasakop sa isang lalaki na wala namang respeto sa mga babae. When she looks at the posters of Paulo Avelino on her wall, it seems that Paulo and her mom's boyfriend are no different. Both of them don't respect women. Very powerful at napakatapang nung mga huling eksena nung pelikula. So, mapapansin natin sa huling mga eksena yung posters ni President Duterte. If you remember, President Duterte had issues before on catcalling and kissing a woman in public. The movie was superb. Great performance from Charlie Dizon and Paulo Avelino. Deserve ang Best Actress at Best Actor Awards. Big winner din siya sa MMFF 2020. It won 9 awards, namely Best Picture, Best Actress in Leading Role for Charlie Dizon, Best Actor in Leading Role for Paulo Avelino, Best Director for Antoinette Hadaune, Best Screenplay, Best Editing, Best Cinematography, Best Sound, and third place, Best Float. There you go. Thank you for watching and I hope you enjoyed today's story and sketch. See you next week. Bye!